Tonight, ABC Angry Boys content triggered public opinion. A couple found guilty of stealing $2 million from the state government. Good evening.
Also in the news, Hong Kong Housing Authority pulls its socks up to reduce vacant market stalls. And Endeavour Space Shuttle's final launch has been delayed to next Monday.
First tonight, the ABC premiered a new comedy program on Wednesday night this week that has divided public opinion regarding its content. The program made a global impact via internet idea-sharing platform Twitter.
Comedian Chris Lilly, creator of hit TV shows We Could Be Heroes and Summer Heights High, debuted his new project on the ABC this week to high ratings, attracting over 1.3 million viewers. But the show has caused a storm of controversy on social networking site Twitter regarding the politically incorrect humour about race, people with disabilities and homosexuality. Chris Lilly's humour has always polarised the public, with his new show Angry Boys being no exception, with some defending his right to express himself and others believing that he goes too far.
Well, look, there's certainly humorous elements to it, but you have to argue he's probably overstepping the boundaries when you go out of your way to make, racist and overly homophobic comments as well, which I found really concerning.
With comedy, once you put a line on what's funny and what isn't, you're creating a barrier to artistic freedom and expression of the artist, and that's their career, it's their livelihood, and it's the way they express themselves. No, there aren't written rules, or you can't tell them what is funny and what it isn't. No one has that right.
Clinton Little, DHK News.
A Perth District Court jury has found two public servants guilty of stealing $2 million Australian dollars from the state government over several years. The jury found both Anthony Roy Chapman and his wife Joy Ann Rebecca Johnston guilty on 15 counts of stealing. Mr. Chapman remains in custody, while his wife Ms. Johnson was released on bail due to family reasons. The couple will be sentenced next month.
Police Union General President Russell Armstrong has defended the officer who shot a 42-year-old Armadale woman after she allegedly threatened the police with a knife. Mr. Armstrong has replied to our email inquiry, say the officer has did the right thing, they train very well for these situations and have to make split-second decisions, sometimes are life and death. He also says the officer has the support of the police union. On the other hand, WA Police Commissioner Carl Callaghan has promised an investigation into the matter. He says investigators will travel to Victoria and visit Ms. Jones' sister to gain more information. The Commissioner has said the review can be finished as early as next week.
To some Hong Kong stories, the Housing Authority is taking steps to reduce the number of vacant stalls in the markets it manages.
This follows an audit report from the Legislative Council panel on housing, which reveals that many stalls has been left unoccupied for years. The authority says the tendering restrictions governing what type of business can be conducted at the individual stores would be relaxed to increase renting flexibility.
Under Secretary for Home Affairs Florence Hui has participated in an online live stream Q&A session yesterday at 7 p.m. Hong Kong time. She has answered questions directly from the Hong Kong citizens by using social networking site Facebook.
During live stream programs, Under Secretary for Home Affairs Florence Hui answered questions posed by the internet users in Hong Kong about social enterprise agenda, which is a business model aimed to benefit the society in all aspects, from producer services to employment and apprenticeship for special needs people. This internet live program is to create a direct channel of open exchange between the government and the citizens. From now on, this program will run every once in a while on different social topics and invites different government ministers to answer the question live on the internet. John Wai, DHK News, Hong Kong.
A court in Germany has sentenced the Ukrainian-born John Demjanjuk 5 years in jail. He was guilty of helping to kill thousands of Jews at the Sobibor death camp during the Nazis' occupation in Poland.
The 91-year-old Mr. Demjanjuk has denied the charges that he served as prison guard during World War II, from March 27, 1943 to mid-September that year. He insisted that he was forced to help the Nazis and was in fact a Russian prisoner of war. Demjanjuk showed no reaction as he sat in a wheelchair in front of judges as they announced their verdict. This concludes a trial that lasted nearly 18 months. Lawyers for Mr. Demjanjuk have said to the media that they will appeal against the conviction because Mr. Demjanjuk's merely the scapegoat.
John Demjanjuk is just a scapegoat for the Germans. He has to pay for all the mistakes they made in the past, and that's not justice.
Chips Wei, DHK News.
The Endeavour space shuttle has been cleared for a second launch attempt on May 16, the vehicle's final trip into space. The shuttle and its 6-man crew, headed by Commander Mark Kelly, are slated to spend 16 days in orbit to help prepare the station for operations after the shuttles are retired.
NASA was nearly 4 hours away from launching Endeavour on its 25th and final mission on April 29, when a heater in an onboard power system failed, prompting managers to stop the countdown. Engineers traced the problem to an electronic box, which was replaced over the weekend. Technicians also installed new wiring from the heater to the new box in case the short circuit steamed from outside the device. Delays launching Endeavour, which is due to deliver pioneering physics equipment to the International Space Station, will postpone the final flight of the 30-year-old program. Atlantis, which will be carrying a last load of supplies for the station, had been targeted for launch on June 28. The mission likely will be late about 2 weeks. Isabel Hoofer, DHK News.
Time for the latest sports news, and here's Amy Moore.
Thanks guys, and welcome to Evening Sports. My name is Amy Moore. FIFA officials are yet to respond to allegations of corruption in the 2018 to 2022 World Cup bidding process. Former chairman of England's 2018 bid, Lord Triesman, made the claim on Wednesday that several FIFA committee members were involved in corrupt practices, including the reception of $1.5 million in bribes from the 2002 winning Qatar bid. According to Australian Olympic Committee President John Coates, FIFA must respond to allegations of corruption in the World Cup bidding process. In the AFL, Melbourne coach Dean Bailey refuses to change their tackling style despite failure to overturn midfielder Jack Tengrove's 3-game ban. Bailey believed his players' tackling style was within the rules, saying it's in accordance with what's expected and will change their techniques. Collingwood coach Mick Malthouse, Brisbane captain Jonathan Brown, St Kilda utility Brendan Goddard and North Melbourne chairman James Brayshaw have all sympathised with Melbourne's Jack Tengrove over his controversial 3-match suspension. The decision is a major blow for Melbourne, which has also lost ruckman Mark Jamar to a knee injury for 4 to 6 weeks and defender Jack Grimes to a foot injury for the rest of the season. That's all for Evening Sports. Have a great weekend. Ivan, Anna?
Thanks, Amy, and that's the latest DHK News. Remember to stay tuned to our channel next week for the Boombox Music concert coverage, where we will be interviewing YouTube celebrities exclusively next Tuesday.
Now you can't afford to miss that. See you same time next week. Good night.
Good night.